Welcome, guys, to 505,
On the rise.
and today we're here at Paleta Bar Cafe.
Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Dipo Alma, and as you guys mostly know, I started here in Albuquerque as entrepreneur. Selling some fries, now some paleta, popsicles here, spring rolls. So anywhere you guys want to have a good food, you guys can stop by at our location and enjoy some treats, guys.
Yeah, and
Hey.
try the coffee here.
Yeah, the coffee's
The-
nice.
What was it? The sea?
This one, the sea salt caramel. So we put the foam of the sea salt mixed together with our sweet cream for paleta and with caramel and then espresso. This is bomb, guys. You guys gotta swing by.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah, it's bomb. And thank you, bro, for having us here, opening your doors for us. It's really nice.
Yeah, I
It's
know
really
it
nice.
was like
Appreciate that.
kind of we just met at the indoor, and I was just like, "Hey, bro, you down to record an episode?" And you were just like, you were so cool about it, bro. That you were just down to collab and like work with us. So I appreciate that.
Always be my honor, man. If I can always make time, man, it's always like I always tell people like everyone matters. Whatever I can share, be the living testimony. Like because that's always like
Yeah.
what God puts in my heart. Like every single struggles, every single success, whatever I can share with people. I mean, desire is all of us to grow together.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's a thing sometimes, like people looking at it as competition.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was looking at it as collaboration because
definitely.
everybody, God purposely like creating us uniquely that we can grow together.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not the other way around.
Yeah,
definitely.
and then there's like that saying where it's like, if you wanna make it quick, go alone. But if you want to go far, you all go together.
Yes,
And
that's
so-
exactly what our company is all about. I mean, I've been going solo for 10 years, and then you guys, if you guys been in Potero Corner, and you guys see like here, when I brought it here like 7, 8 years, and I got a partner to bring it over, but mostly like it's me the one that doing
You did the
all the
movement.
hard work, and it took me like 4 or 5 years to actually set up the location before actually become the autopilot that can be profitable.
Mm.
Yeah.
But with Paleta Bar, it's like myself coming in with two of like I would say like the most hardworking people, and they have the base with La Michoacana de Paquime, Joel Marquez, Juan Estala. We come in, bring the concept, and then we're the Paleta Bar born, and we're ready. Like, see, I mean, we've been blessed that after we opened the company, we started our first location across the street at San Pedro.
Yeah.
Really, like we work day by day, no employees, just three of us, switching schedule. And in 6 months, we got the breakthrough. And then after that, we're ready. We take it to the next level. And it's because three of us ready to put up the work,
Yeah.
the efforts and everything. And that's what most people like here in terms that I see because, man, when I see the small business owner or people that think they're the owner and yet they don't know nothing about their business. And yet they expect people to run their business.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And yet they expect, oh, it has to be this way, this way, this way. But you don't even know how to
Do it
dip
themselves.
paleta in
Yeah.
chocolate. You don't even know how long it takes to cook some fries. You don't even know how to roll spring rolls. But I mean, if you don't even know nothing about your own products,
Yeah.
you don't know nothing about what you get into,
Mhm.
how you expect your employee to show respect.
Have that
That's
same
always
value, the same
exactly.
value,
That's
right?
what I mean. Of course, you can be silent partner, you can be investor, but at least if you want to do that, then really be silent. Don't just, hey, I'm watching from the camera. Hey, I'm looking at this place, a mess, this da da da. But do something about it.
Yeah.
They like talk the talk,
Yeah.
walk to walk. It's just two different things. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes people think like I'm entitled, I'm the owner.
Yeah.
Now let me do whatever I want to do. So that's kind of like the entrepreneurship that I speak truth. I tell people I'm not worried about offending people, even my employees, even my partners, even myself.
'Cause you know
I'm
what it
always
takes.
hard on myself because that's why I tell people I create leaders. I don't
Yeah.
create cheerleader.
Yeah.
If you want to be cheerleader, then be on the
Not
side.
that place.
Yeah.
Never heard like we all have our own call, but I know that the people that being called to be a leader, they're supposed to create more leaders.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if some people don't want to do that, I'm just telling people like in that case, don't do it.
Yeah.
Take it easy, and wherever you guys are, if you guys happy, then go for it because people chase happiness, and for me, happiness is temporary because it's emotion, right?
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
can be happy one day, can be happy, like the next day, but sometimes you're being moody, you're not even happy.
Yeah.
So I was telling you like chase the purpose. You gotta chase the purpose of life instead of chase the happiness because what temporary thing is just here today, gone tomorrow. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's,
bro.
yeah, I agree with that, and that's pretty powerful too, because it's like you want to create leaders by inspiring them, and then also like, you know, giving them that motivation to maybe one day they could run their own business or start something new for themselves too. So like,
Oh, yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's exactly what like, you know, the goal that I always have, as well as, you know, my partners, because that's how our company growing. Because our employee, when they're ready, they become the manager. We offer them ownership. They actually put in their life saving, get into the business, you know. So we guide them little by little how they can do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to come up with a huge amount of money, but we see like, okay, what's the saving you guys have? You guys got to learn to save, then you invest. Because that's what
Yeah.
people like, okay, you can save, but what's next?
Mhm.
Because there's the people always say like, oh, you know, I want to save my money, but that money become their leverage of fear because they're scared of investing.
Mhm.
Because I always say investing based on faith, saving based on fear. Because it's always like, what if?
What
Okay,
if?
what if with your investment you make it bigger?
Yeah.
But people will say, what if it doesn't work? Then I have my saving. Then if you already have what if doesn't work, don't do it.
Yeah.
That's
already
exactly the simple principle of life.
You kind of setting yourself up for failure, right? Kind of.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly. So
basically.
it's two different things. I mean, if you want to set yourself for success, then have faith.
Yeah.
If you want to set yourself
Take
for
risks.
failure,
Yeah.
then have fear. So
Yeah.
it's always like simple things in life, and you always just gotta choose the right decision.
right
But
one.
it's always faith or fear. That's always like the way that we make the right decision.
Mhm.
Like that gut feeling, kind of. Is that-
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
it?
man.
Yeah,
That's
basically.
exactly like how things supposed to be. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always trust your gut feeling, guys. Cause geez.
Yeah.
But
And then, so regarding the business Paleta Bar, how did you come up with the concept? Like, was this something you always had in mind when you were back selling fries or something like that, or?
Honestly, no, man. I mean, there's a thing like people asking me with all the ideas that coming. I always see the way it is, you know, God lead us from victory to victory, right? From one season to another season.
Mhm.
So what happened, actually, I was in LA, and there's one of the big chain that about to start, but they're selling gelato on stick.
Mm.
And then the funny thing is like two of my best friend, like they're a couple and they were working there. So I was still doing Potato Corner, and then at that specific mall that I was working before in the past for a while, and then that's their kind of like first location, and I saw what the concept is really good. I was like, but I see like a couple things that is missing, but I have nothing, no idea, because this is the thing about me, like I don't create the product. So that's why I was say about collaboration, because I don't know a recipe about making paleta, nothing at all. But I always have the idea how to create concept, how to elevate it
Yeah.
in terms of setting up into autopilot instead of how to do the expansion. So I pretty much can bring any business to the next level. That's the gift that
God gave you, bro.
God gave me.
Yeah.
You know, I see as long as I believe in the product, I can come up with the idea of concept and okay, let's do it. You know, so what happened is like that, and then I was just at Potato Corner. It was like, I remember it's so busy, man. Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday, I was just exhausted, and then you know, and then Joel Marquez is actually his parents own Lamicho Cana de Paquime, the OG here in town. I always say like Cursen Central, you know, and then Isleta Zuni. So yeah, I mean, and he's like, I posted, I was like, man, it's a long day. Like it's already like midnight, I think, for some reason. But I sleep in the store because I have to be there again 5 in the morning. So I was working from 5 p.m. until 12 a.m. and we close at 1 a.m. Then I have to be there again at 5 a.m. So that's the thing. Like
They just took a little nap there.
Yes,
and,
yeah. People who don't know me or just saw me like right now in terms that growing, they just see the top of the iceberg that is of course gonna keep rising up. I'm barely started, you know, but they don't see how the foundation being
Damn.
set up.
What-
Because
what you had
don't
to
see
go
that.
through to
Yeah,
get to that level
Yeah,
that
exactly.
you-
Like 18 hours of work for the whole 5 years. I couldn't see my family at all. It's just like they don't see that. That's
Yeah.
why when I have like yesterday we had a meeting here, one of the employee like, oh, you don't know what I've been through. I work by myself. It's so busy, this, da, 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 because they're looking at me now. Some people think like I'm just like a rich kid, right? So like, oh, you can get like,
Whatever.
I don't feel bad to get nice stuff. Why? Because
I worked for it.
You worked
Yes,
hard for it.
Exactly,
You
I worked
earned
hard,
it,
and
yeah.
It's not like I don't appreciate the blessing, but the thing is, I was always telling people, you do what you want to do in terms not screwing people over,
Yeah.
right? You do what is right in terms that doing what is right. But for me, like, they're like, oh, what about your getting nice stuff, this, da, da, da. I was like, if I can, I will. Why not? I have one life in shot, and like one shot of life that I can do my best. And then sometimes people are like, oh, but you're a man of God. I believe in God. I'm still learning to be the best I can be. But I was like reading all the Bibles in the old history, old testimony, all those kings, they're not rich. They are filthy rich.
Yeah.
I was like, they're kings. So
Yeah.
that's the thing, like when people looking at it, but if it is God the one that put it in your heart to give all that you have in terms of being in charity and everything, do it.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? So everybody has their own call. You know, that's kind of like how it is. And going back with the Paleta Bar started, and then we actually connect and we talk about it. That time I was doing jerky,
Yeah.
and I was like, hey, let's do this jerky coming in with Paleta Bar, and you already have the recipe of the paleta. We create the concept when I saw it in LA with customized of chocolate toppings, but we simplified that. Instead of so many type of chocolate, like we just, okay, let's choose 3 base of the chocolate: milk, white, dark chocolate, creating the concept. But we also add the tweak of traditional lamicho kind of style,
Yeah.
which is the agua fresca, but we elevate it with
Yeah.
the pure cane sugar. And then, I don't know if you guys know, like, no one really used the clear cups before because they used just the foam cups.
Yeah.
Because they're so busy, none of these places understand that it's all about the vision, the social media,
With the posting.
posting, exactly. Because when you see the color, you see that it looks pop, but no one does that here in town, right? So I was like, we changed everything to the clear cups. We come up the jerky that we already have, we put it in there. We still do like the chips, and then that concept born. And trust me, the first 6 months, we're struggling, but we're not worried. I mean, my partner already think like, if it doesn't work?
Yeah.
Oh, like, because when you use the word lamichokana, it's gonna take off. Why? Because people already know what it is. But I told them, like, I don't create to copy people. It's a copycat. I'm creating because I'm looking at the long run. It's always playing for the long run.
And
for
you
me.
always want something original too. So it's-
Exactly. So I create things that can go for a legacy. I don't want to create a hype.
Yeah.
So that's all I say to people, because that's how we live the life. You can be one man show for the night. Okay, you score 5 goals, and the next 10 games you never score.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the difference between like the superstar Messi, Ronaldo, and one man.
You got to stay
show.
consistent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's consistency that I always look at in life. And again, of course, my foundation before entrepreneurship is soccer. So I learn everything that I can from discipline. From if I have to wake up earlier than anybody else to start practicing, that's what I do all of my life. Same thing with work. The way that I can outwork people, they're still sleeping, I work. People already go back to bed, I work. And do I lose a lot of time with family, sacrifices, people, when I was in college, they're all going party, summer, they're going like all over, like, where do I go? I told them, where are you going for summer? I go to the mall. For what? For working? I have to do it. I'm here by myself.
Yeah.
I gotta pay for my life, gotta pay for my school, still playing. I was like, I just gotta do whatever it takes. So that's kind of like creating in me. And then when Paleta Bar, the first 6 months struggles, even like I told my partner, like, I don't think it's gonna work. I was like,
Were you scared at that moment?
no,
Like,
I never.
That's
I
good.
never.
You
That's
kept
the
that
thing,
faith,
man. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I love living on the edge. That's kind of like, am I scared? No. Am I worried? Sometimes, but I was just like, when it comes in my head, it's just like you gotta control it. You gotta speak affirmation pretty much. But I always say, everything I do, everything I touch, God make it prosper and succeed.
Okay.
Everything I do, I start my day, I go in like this, Paleta Bar Cafe. People don't really know here, and then they're still confused about the scheduling. I told you, like, business hours, and my partners here, and then we have 2 other extra partners that is been with us too. They own also our Paleta Bar Los Lunas, Rio Rancho.
Yeah.
I mean, they believe in what we do, but we all figured out why, what's going on. I told them, what's going on is, do we do our best? What's going on is it God's timing yet?
Yeah.
We always can find the problem.
Yeah.
but only the right entrepreneur, the right leader will find solution.
Mm-hmm.
So people will focus on the problem, but then they stop at it. Like, you know what? I find a problem, that's it. But only certain people that can find solution, I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful every single day that I can be that person. Like, I see a problem, you know what? I'll make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
The manager don't want to do it. I don't know how to do it. Either I call someone who know how to do it. If not, then whatever it takes,
I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. You know, I'm not a handyman. I'm worse, bro. Like, I can't even put freaking nail on the wall sometimes. I tell people that. And I'm not ashamed of doing that because
'Cause you have a
I know you
different-
can put ice cube
Yeah.
in Alaska. I can sell that. But I know that for the fact that God give each of us a certain gift, and I focus on that gift. So that's how our partnership in Paleta Bar born.
Yeah.
Because we know who we are, we know the value that we offer. People always think like, okay, it's about me because I'm the face. But I tell people, no, far behind me, there's one guy that can outwork me night and day. Joel Marquez, he does all of our construction right now. When I'm sleeping right now, he still work. And I'm not talking working like this. I'm talking working like putting brick to brick, floor to floor. It's just like that's what he does. And you put me there 2 hours, I'm done, bro. I'm gonna sleep all night. But this guy would be able to do it like all day. My other partner, Juan, same thing too. Like right now, he's in Colorado. We open our Colorado Spring location right there. He's there, working.
Wow.
He just came back straight from. We just opened up in Midland. We open up in in Hobbs coming up. So he's there, and after he's done, I go in for training. Because they help us with the training of the foundation. I go in, teach how to sell, customer service, but at the same time, sometimes I can't really cover everything too. Like right now, we're stretching ourselves really thin, and then even like with all the family that we have, like right now, it's new for me for having a family, and like me, like right now, I see what they're struggling in the beginning because I keep pushing, man. I'm always the people that pushing to the limit. Like I told you, I'm gonna pushing up.
Yeah.
But again, how many people tell me you're moving too fast? You are doing this. Are we? I told them, but guess what? This is my life.
Not yours.
It's probably moving too fast for you.
Yeah.
But I know if I can do it, I will keep doing it. Because you cannot keep growing unless you keep going.
Yeah.
So that's what people don't understand. They want to grow, but they don't want to go.
Yeah.
They
They
feel
stay
like-
stagnant. Yeah.
Exactly.
Or slow down, like,
Exactly.
like
Yeah,
you
that's what
can-
people telling me, Dipo, slow down, Dipo, slow down. I will, in terms or in time that God tell me, slow down. Even my own family, like, you sure? You going? Yeah. I mean, there's a reason too. People always gonna throw it up, like, challenges gonna come, but if it's already God's speed, God's timing, we will able to do it.
Yeah.
And that's always like what I always can tell people. Always challenges gonna come. We have here and there location that can even open because of the permit, because of this COVID thing and everything. But we keep thriving. But I tell people the reason that we can keep thriving because we keep going.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the mindset that people I want to grow, but guess what? I feel comfortable where I'm at.
Yeah.
You're never gonna grow in your comfort
Comfort
zone.
zone.
Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Comfort zone is a scary place to be at.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you get comfortable, you get stagnant, you don't really make more goals, more ambitions for
Yeah.
yourself,
Yeah.
and so you just stay there.
It's
yeah,
like-
that's definitely is, man.
Yeah, something that I don't want to do is like get a 9 to 5 and then just like stick with it, because
Yeah.
that's comfort zone. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that like it's bad, like if you pay the bills, like, but there's always time for or like room for improvement, so you can do something better, and then
That's kind of what me and Arturo have too, because we started this podcast like in November of last year, and we were just like Albuquerque has so much potential to grow and become big cities like LA or like New York or stuff like that, because like we have a lot of people here with talent, with like big goals and stuff like that. So we were just like, if you're an artist, entrepreneur, if you like actor, anything you want to pursue, like we just want to share it out there and give like a platform to people to be able to express themselves, because I know like here in Albuquerque a lot of people, like you said, it's competitive.
Yeah.
And like they want to bring each other down, but instead we should all be collabing, and we should bring like puzzling together and coming together. So
Yeah,
I
no,
really think it was-
there's definitely. I mean, I love you guys' name 505 on Rising, because you're looking those people that not already just be on the top,
yeah,
right? Because I've seen also what you're saying, like when people on top here, when I see like people already have everything in terms of guiding others or like sharing the knowledge that they have, for some reason, they're scared of sharing that secret recipe
Yeah.
because they don't want, you know,
Someone to be
like
better.
the competition coming.
Yeah.
And I was like, why would you do that? Why can't you just inspire through your living testimony? Because where you at,
Yeah.
that's what people want to know how, right? But at the same time, they will never know how or how to get there
How to get there
if
show
you
'em.
don't share. And then, I mean, you guys, podcast of the rising is like, I think that's kind of like a really good name right now. Like, there's the thing, like when we talk, sometimes when I have a meeting with mentorship people, like, hey, can we meet up? I don't even know what they're doing. You know, they tell me, and then it just like, I got the idea, right? So like, it just like, for me, like, that's how God speak to me.
Yeah.
You know, like that, like the rising, like right now, that's probably a good idea. You guys like art, you know, the singer or like rapper, like barber shop, like any entrepreneur that seek for the people, like you look for the guys or the people here in 505 that is rising up.
Yeah, it's
Because those
motivation.
that who is rising up, they actually can tell you straight up the struggles while they're actually still growing and yet still struggling.
Yeah.
So that's probably like perfect with you guys.
Yeah, something
Podcast
that
name,
I've
you know?
seen a lot, like, let's say, like for like Mexican groups here, I've never seen them share, let's say, like some other person's post or music,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why not use their audience, like your audience, to show their stuff, and like, you know, vice versa, like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
help each other out, and that's something like I wish I could, if I could change, like, or be something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, make
No,
sure
I
that
actually I saw your cover video and everything too. That's how I am. Like, when people asking me, hey, do it, like, let's see what's going on. I saw like, you know, with the guitar, you know, with the, you know, with all of your cover on the video and everything too. I mean,
Yeah.
like you say, like, don't wish to change it, right? So make the change through who we are. Like, that's kind of what we can do. Even though it's a small matter, man. But trust me, bro, if you have a good intention,
Yeah.
because there's what I always say, even like at this moment, sometimes, you know, like what I do, or in terms that I'm trying to help people out in a way that I want to help, because this the thing about leadership, like what you're trying to do, as long as you have the good intention
Yeah.
to do what is right, as long as your intention to lead people, set people up for success, that's it, man. You know your intention.
Yeah.
God knows your intention. Of course, you're gonna have the people that throwing it to your face. Like, I got people. One of the people that close to me in the past call me out of nowhere. I'm driving straight from Midland. Hey, all you do is extort money from people. I didn't complain. I was like, sounds good. Anything else you want to tell me? I'm fine. Because if that's what you think of me, whatever you want to think of me, I know who I am.
Yeah.
The people that know who I am, the people that I set up for success,
Know who you are.
they know who I am. I even check with everybody else, like, is that what you feel about me? That nope, no one said anything, because what I do, I know I always want everybody to win.
Yeah.
But again, a relationship is always two-sided. You cannot me expect to make the whole money in the world,
Yeah.
and yet you don't want anybody else to make, because you just feel like it has to be me, the one that make it.
Yeah.
But there's a thing, like you're saying, you speak truth. They want to be offended, bro. Let them be offended.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. That's why I was telling people how I learned that. Look at Jesus. How in the world he got crucified? Because he speaks
spoke
truth.
truth.
Right? All he does is speaking truth.
Yeah.
And yet, that's the price he has to pay. People that speaking truth, Martin Luther King,
Yeah.
all those people that speaking truth, but yet they leave legacy in life.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's how life's supposed to be. But then now we start like, oh, I don't want to get in trouble. Oh, I don't want to get in drama. I don't want to do this. Then we stop speaking truth. We start compromising of what we want to say. Of course, if your intention to offend people, then of course you can. But if your intention is to
Help.
help
Show 'em
by
the right.
speaking truth,
Yeah, show 'em
right?
the-
Again, I was telling you, leadership is supposed to be empowering, not spoiling.
Yeah.
I'm that kind of leader. If I know you're doing great, I'm gonna tell you thank you. But you cannot expect to just work hard 5 days and 2 days you can tell me, hey, I've been working 5 days hard. You know, I have one more day. Let me just be lazy today. But you still get paid. You're still in the schedule. So what do you want me to tell you? Oh, okay, please be lazy. No. I'm like, nah, man, doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But then they're gonna get offended because like, oh, but I've been working hard for the whole 5 days. Who
Okay.
cares? That's what I was telling people. Like, life is never gonna be fair because you can be the best cop in the city for 20 years, get all the medals, save a lot of people. You just need one day before your retirement. You shoot someone wrongly.
Yeah,
What
everything
happens?
gets taken away.
All
You're
of those
going
go
to
away.
jail. No one remember the whole 20 years, whatever you do, man. You're going straight to jail.
Yeah.
You see what already happened. So that's the thing, that's life. But sometimes people don't want to face that.
Yeah.
And that's why
Truth
I tell
hurts.
people we don't live to please people.
Yeah.
Truth hurts.
We're never going to be able to please people, never.
Yeah. People expect so much sometimes, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's hard.
Damn, I'm feeling really motivated right now.
Yeah, man, I mean, that's kind of like what we're supposed to be, right? We encourage each other, we inspire each other. I mean, again, you know, like I always tell people, like as much as I can share through my story, but I want people also to live it in my life. You know, like that's the only way of leading by examples, you know? And yeah, man, but after that, Paleta Bar, you know, we're blessed. Actually, my partner was in the cruise, you know, oil, and we got crazy busy, bro. You know, again, it's social media that, you know, it just got timing. We got video after video went viral.
Yeah.
And then it just like turned over, and every video that went viral, the funny thing is the one that for some reason I was there. I was in the video
Yeah.
because I created something that people haven't seen. And for people like, dude, that's genius. Like, for me, what I did, I was just like, literally like Lodi chips. We call it Lodi chips because people just do chips with nacho cheese right done. What I did, chips, I put the corn de elote, and we have the beef jerky, the hot Cheetos. We put it all the way nacho cheese, cotija cheese, chili powder. And you know what's funny? Instead of cotija cheese, I call it Mexican cheese, bro. I call it Mexican Parmesan cheese. Dude, that video went like viral, 150,000 in a day.
Dang.
But at the same time, people roasting me. Like, this is not it's not Mexican Parmesan cheese, it's cotija cheese. But again, that's the funny thing. But it went viral.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, people want it. The store got crazy, man. Like, I would say the sell, like, I just haven't seen something like that. But I know that's like when it's God's timing, He's able to do it, He can do it again. And that's one. Second, we did the paleta with chili tahin chamoy, and we put fresh fruit on top. And again, no one ever done it.
Yeah.
Because people eat fruit cups with chili tahin chamoy, yeah.
Same.
People
Yeah.
eat paleta with that, yeah. But no one combined both of them. And
That-
that's what I did.
Yeah.
My girlfriend loves that, by the way.
Yeah, bro. I put like fresh cucumber in there. I put it another. Now it's like 4.5 million views.
Yeah.
And our base was only in Facebook that time. We don't have Instagram, nothing, because I'm still
Were
doing
you
all of that.
Were you controlling all of that?
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
I'm still doing all of that right now too. I was just
Wow.
like, shit.
It's
like,
hard on.
Yeah, it's not easy. That's why people don't realize that, like, you know, in the middle of doing all of this, running the company with my two other partners, and we got like also another partner doing the design, another one that actually the what partner up with us later on coming in with our spring rolling and our fuck up. It's crazy, man. But it's just like, it's been an amazing ride because it's shaping us. Like in this whole 3 years, all of us, like, we're being shaped like we never imagined, man.
Yeah.
In terms of like my partner, like Hoyle, he doesn't have really much background in construction. He can build, but now he's becoming like one of the best
Builders.
construction that can build up in 2 years short. And my business partner, same thing. The other one now from his comfort zone, he's kind of always shy and not willing to talk. Now he's one of the best trainee. And then my other partner, he still live in Houston. He's my original partner from Potato Corner. I brought him in. Again, I always want people to win. It's always, I always do it like soccer pretty much. I learn everything, right? It's good to win one-man show, but man, the feeling to win together,
Yeah.
that's just amazing. And there's the thing that what I've seen people when they just want to win by themselves. It's like if you want to play golf, you want to play, you know, like
mixed martial arts. You know?
yeah, like
Tennis.
whatever UFC, whatever it is, like that's the reason that people think about competition.
Yeah.
But people that understand the teamwork, like soccer, basketball, football, whatever you do, the winning, you know, just like
It means
you know,
more.
it's a
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly,
It's a
man.
team
It's
effort.
more than just that trophy itself. It's just like the story or memory to share. Like, dude, remember we win that game? Dude, remember that game? It just same thing with this. Like when we talk about it, remember, like we talk about everything how we started. Remember that day when we even think it's not even gonna work out. When you even told us, we make fun each other in a way that we motivate each other. But we're like, that's just best feeling. I mean, of course, the competition wise, like I always tell people, because you chase the blessings.
Yeah.
The way I'm looking at it,
Those blessings
as
should
long as
come.
you seek God of the blessing,
Yeah.
let the blessing chase after you. Because you already know if every blessing has our name on it. Of course, you can steal people's blessing, yeah. But good luck with that. Because what happened is, like me, when people do that to me, I'm not worried. Like, aren't you mad? No. Am I mad? Yeah. But am I get bitter? I keep telling myself, I won't let any bitterness take root in my life because I will get better instead of get bitter. And every setback, set up of greater comeback. But trust me, man, every time I get screwed over, it happened so many times.
I bet. Yeah.
And yet, I rise up even higher. It's just bouncing back for me. Like,
Yeah.
you push me down, I will bounce back higher. And
Yep.
because why? I got 10-fold more of blessing. That's why I believe I got double blessing, triple blessing. So people think you are not worried about people using you. Keep using me, because that's what God want all of us to be. Keep using me, and you want to take everything I have, take it, because I know I came here with $400, no family, no friends. I didn't even have paperwork that time when I started here, and where I'm at is all
Blessings.
blessings.
Yeah.
So if I can start over again, why would I be worried? At least right now, I get the people that care about me. I spoke, like I'm speaking the language that I know.
Yeah.
I know the area, I know the culture. So I already know pretty much, like, in my characters, I'm already way better. My mind, my idea. So I never really worried. People like telling me, like, dude, whatever you want to do it. Because I get people like that, man. Like, hey, we're going to do this to you. Do whatever you feel comfortable. They're like, aren't you scared? No, because God is fighting my battles.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
definitely.
So that's kind of like how the way that I'm living in terms of entrepreneurship, pretty much.
Entrepreneurship. That's sick.
That's a good like way to, like, I'm gonna take some of that and like use it in my life, like,
Yeah.
because we're still young and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and like going forward with this podcast, or like going forward with like work or school and stuff like that, those are really good values to like hold. So it's just like you don't get set back, you just have that faith that no, I'm gonna be fine no matter where I go.
You're not gonna be fine. You're gonna be doing amazing, bro. Fine is not enough.
Yeah,
That's always
yeah.
like it's just like if you expect to live good enough, then you live good enough.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling people, like,
It's content, basically.
yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly. It's good to, like, you have to feel content. Of course, you have to be content.
Yeah.
But it's two different things: content and satisfy.
Okay.
So am I satisfied where I'm at? Then you feel in your comfort zone. Then satisfaction only happen in your comfort zone. Content because you're grateful,
Yeah.
right? But grateful is by showing your gratitude. And I always say, like, gratitude, when people hear me that, and then how can you show your gratitude? By showing your great attitude.
Yeah.
For me, that's gratitude.
Oh,
It's kind of like, I can't even say the word sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell, like, but that's the thing. I listen to the preacher and God talk to me. Okay, you wanna really be grateful for your life? You wanna share your gratitude? And day by day, have great attitudes. You start the day, have not just good,
A great.
not just good,
Great attitude.
great attitude. Can you do that? If you can do that, man, trust me, bro. Whatever comes your way, things gonna happen, right? So that's the thing, like, things that out of our control. What I always tell myself, tell people that I know, people that ask me, you do your best, God do the rest. He never asks more than our best. That's why we're human, He's God.
That's
Right?
cool.
If we can do everything, we can control everything, then
What's the point?
exactly. Then by then, you don't need God.
Yeah.
God wants us to need Him because He knows that we are human. He wants us to be on our knees, humble ourselves through the struggles that we are facing because we are stuck, because we face the wall,
Yeah.
because there's a giant ahead of us. But by the time we humble ourselves, then we can be the giant killer because He give us the power. He give us the sling and the rock to beat the Goliath.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the way I look at things.
I like-
Anything, man. I got, like, even yesterday, I deal with this same thing too, like, so like all this trying to, like, lawyer stuff, this, that, or like sometimes people like, oh, with all the this Paleta Bar growing, this, that, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want the whole country, I want the whole state, I want the whole city. But sometimes in my mind, in my heart, like, do you know what you're asking for?
Yeah.
If you really know, like, we're here because we already experienced it, And what you're asking, sometimes, I'm not saying that you cannot do it. I'm saying you're not ready yet.
Yeah.
That's why you get into our brand so we can teach you. But man, even in that, like sometimes I have to bite my tongue because I was just like, you know what? I'll get back to you
Yeah.
because I don't want to hurt people in a way that, dude, you cannot do it yet. But
Because
when you tell
God's
people
timing.
that, exactly. But there's kind of how you speak in truth and empower them.
Yeah.
Because again, I always tell people, I set people up for success. I don't promise sunshine and rainbow. Some people might think I promise sunshine and rainbow, but that's not on me. Because that's the thing, like, no, people that know me, when we have a meeting, I will tell you, you're gonna work every day, you're gonna struggle. I tell people, our brand, when we go out of town, we're a cockroach. No one know who we are. No one even know what Paleta is. Then how can you
Make it pop, you know?
make it bigger?
Yeah. How are you gonna bring that people in?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I'm gonna take that because what you're saying of like waking up with a good attitude.
Yeah.
You just need to do that because I work with my dad, right? So sometimes I'm like, I ain't trying to go to work with my
Yeah.
dad because we do remodeling.
Okay.
So I need to change that mindset because greater things are gonna come out through that day. Because like sometimes like right away something in the morning goes wrong and then like there goes the whole day, you know?
Yeah.
So that's something I'm gonna implement in my life. It's like
Yeah, no, I mean, you gotta understand, man. Like, so same thing. My business partner, like Joel, he was working with his parents. Like, you know, like Michoacan is one of the best, right? One of the most successful one, and that's why when it comes to the time when I talk to him, like, don't you want to create your own legacy?
yeah,
But it doesn't mean that you discredit your parents. No, until today, we told them they're our mother's company. They're our.
the root.
There's no Paleta Bar without La Michoacana de Paquime. I told them that this is your parents' legacy, but now let's make ours. Right. So same thing with you. Right now, dude. If I were you, you work with your dad, but don't look at him as your dad. Look at him as your mentor. Look at him as someone that you can learn as much as you can because that trust that you get
Yeah.
is coming from the bloodline. But don't take it for granted because that trust that you have, what can I use it? Okay, that's my dad. I'm supposed to freaking work even harder
Yeah.
because if I'm lazy, this company fail. Do I want to see my dad fail after everything that he has built?
Definitely.
So you're supposed to change that mindset, like, but yet dad, thank you
Yeah.
for giving me this
Opportunity.
idea, this life that you're teaching me through, and now it's time for me to elevate it.
Yeah, because it's an opportunity. Like my
Exactly.
dad showing me all the things that I know now. Like a lot of people don't get that. You know, they have to either go pay school
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something, and like
Yeah.
I legit get it for free from my dad. 'Cause
Yeah,
he
exactly.
knows,
And
like,
remember, man, I always tell my employees, myself too, like, you gotta start thinking like generational blessing come from you.
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying that is I'm an immigrant, right? So of course, I want my next generation to be better than me.
Yeah.
That's what happened with my parents. Same thing. They live in Indonesia, but my dad came from the village to the capital city, and for what he did over there, I was like, I'm not gonna stuck in capital city. I gotta go overseas.
Yeah.
So since I was a kid, man, I was like, what you've done, I will create more, because I want my kids to go even further.
Yeah.
So we all have to have that kind of mindset because through you, generational blessing being created.
Yeah.
But not like, there's the thing, when we talk about blessing, people always think like money.
Yeah.
People always think like financial blessing. They're like, I was like, no, like more than that, like money come and goes. But when I say generational blessing, it's like the characters, you know,
What you
the
leave
legacy that
behind.
you create. Exactly. Like when people talk about you, people talk about me, I want to be the person like, oh yeah, there's a guy, he came from nothing, you know, and yet
There he is.
he created all of this in terms of the partnership, the hard work, you know, like God leading all the way. Of course, at the first place, it's just like you want people to talk about it. People are not gonna talk about, oh, he, you know, that guy, you know, like you see what happened with Bill Gates. You see, you know, what happened with Elon Musk. Okay, they're the richest. You know how much money they have and everything. But when you're dead, dude, that money doesn't mean anything anymore. People are not gonna talk how much money you have anymore. They're gonna say you're rich, yeah, you're filthy rich, yeah. But I mean, you never really care about 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion. Doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
You know, but what you left behind, oh, he created this. So that's kind of like how things supposed to be, you know?
No, yeah. Something that my dad has always told me is like I got here, and I started from the ground. So like he says like I used to get $200 a week It's like, and now, like, I'm up here with all these contacts, and like, you are the one that's gonna have to move that legacy, like, make something happen from this, because we have the contacts, we have like the good reputation of work. It's like, it's up to you now to, like, if you want to make like a actual company, because like
Yeah.
he's not able to. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
But of course,
that-
because he's not able to, he doesn't know how.
Yeah.
Right?
And-
You know what
and
I'm saying? That's the reason that you can have the skill, but sometimes, you know, like same thing with my parents. You know, like back there, they have like a restaurant busy,
Yeah.
but they don't know how to make it into
something bigger than that.
what, yeah,
Like a
exactly,
franchise
nationwide
or-
and
yeah.
everything, exactly. But I mean, that's when it comes to the knowledge, and I'm still learning that every day too.
Yeah.
Because you know, that's the thing about the United States is like every word can be playing with. You can say one thing, and then you can find another word that can overcome it and take it to the court.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, okay, sure. I mean, but if you have a bad intention, it's gonna happen when you turn it into a company. You see McDonald's, the lady got sued dropping a hot coffee, but I mean, it is already say hot coffee. You expect not to be hot,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
but I mean, where I'm from, man, they're like, you just crazy lady. But here, she make a lot of money. You
Yeah.
know, you sit on the chair, and then you
If
know
it
suddenly
breaks.
like the chair break or anything because you're freaking heavy, and it says this chair you already know not gonna carry over 500 pounds, and you sit on it. What do you expect?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? You trying to go to the slide to Disneyland, going roller coaster. You already know that you're overweight, and you're trying going there. What is gonna happen? It's just a common sense, but people
Yeah.
here, instead of looking at it as a common sense, they take it as the opportunity to screw people over.
Take advantage.
Yeah.
Yes,
Take
exactly. It's like, you know, people want to make money out of that. I was like, if you can live with it, go. But how you gonna create legacy? How you make money? Oh, I sue freaking McDonald's. What story can you tell? For me, it's not the story
not a
of
good story.
encouragement.
Yeah.
Yeah, where I'm from, the story of screwing people over, and you are boasting about it. Good luck with it, man. I cannot live with that, man. I prefer don't have nothing,
Yeah.
and I will make something out of it instead of have everything by screwing other people. I'm not taking a penny of that, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I seen lots of things like the hot coffee
Yeah.
one. They got sued just because they didn't say like caution hot or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. That was
Yeah, it's just like the playing words and everything. That's
Yeah.
kind of like the lawyer stuff. This, that. I mean,
Yeah.
they always want to play around like that. I mean, that's kind of like what I see sometimes. Like, you know, you that's the reason you need school. That's the reason you need like someone to back you up. But in terms of that, man, in any changes, like I always said to like you were saying, being grateful, being content, and you guys born here, man, is just like already like huge blessing. I tell people, the people that born here or the people that even have paperwork here, and yet you're still on the street, it's either two things: you're lazy or you're super lazy. Simple as that. Because you cannot be on the street when you still have everything it takes for you to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, of course, if you're like disabled or anything, of course, it's two different things. You know, but I'm saying like I'm talking in terms of we are who we are right now. Like we're good to work. We're ready with
healthy.
our exactly healthy and everything, and you still choose to be on the street. I don't see why. I don't see how. Simple as that. You know.
So yeah, definitely.
There's always opportunities out there. It's just what you make out of it.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Definitely, man.
and how much work you're willing to put into it and stuff.
Right.
But thank you for having us again. I know you're a pretty busy man. You got other things going on. But we appreciate you spending this time with us, talking to us, hopping on our podcast. And we'd love to have you again for another episode one day in the future or something like
Yeah,
that.
thank you, bro. Appreciate you having us here. Like this is the coolest thing ever. Bro.
Oh, my honor, always my pleasure, man. And I mean, you know, let me know anytime. I know I'm jumping around, man. I was like, shoot, it's Saturday too. I was like, okay, let's start it morning before my phone blowing up. It's already blowing up, man. I was like, okay, time to go. I gotta set a couple things up. But no, thank you again for having me in the podcast, and hoping can be blessing for you guys, for many, and you know, let's keep going and growing. Let's do
Thank
it.
you, man.
Yes, sir.
505.
On the rise.
Rising. Let's
And
do it.
remember, guys,
Keep
keep
rising.
rising.